This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
24 hours, then any jipa any 9:30 to 12 on Kessben television and radio. Yeah, that's a coach Abdul Karim Zito. Mami come marry jataho. Na ose ne owura heart of folk. Na on betia sempa na.
The defense on Tiasempa.
And defense on Tiasempa. Yankwe.
Yeah, general. I think sir from last season Yasha has folk pa ever since our coach some Boadu be fair jumano. Now in defending and then the Omofan Chemi, we are not talking about the entire team. Yeah, count defensive strength. Now, general in defending, there are basic 5 principles out the year from the birth of football. Those principles are one, the pressure, balance, cover, control, restraint. These are the major 5 principles of general. We be free more in defending. These are the major 5. So your low block, or your mid block, so your high line, whatever. You should fall under the descendant of Nero Rocco, the main inventor of the Catenaccio football. The Ukbek translated in Italian and I say to English, I kind of the door bell and not door boat, Catenaccio. She say two prumane the boat not to. So I want to understand the kind of strategy Stala has folk under coach Sam Boadu, general Omu defender. So first of all, there are 5 different routes the has folk a boxing. Now, last season it was 4, but this time it is 4 plus 1. 1 as our baby count. So has folk keep getting more weaker each and every day. Instead, so make me improve on the things that we do. They consider 29 goals out of the 34 matches no more boy. So somebody might disagree. But young coach Queen so first of all, has folk it defended very, very deep within the 16 area. Honey, a kind of danger zone. The last ball beyond the general, honor more clear no. Has folk considered from high balls. Has folk considered from counter-attacking situations, reactions and free kicks. Has folk also considered. So that's the summary of everything we have to talk about here. And the watch screen so this particular in-swinger, last season a class folk any Olympics, the Abekwe. A fatal when you are ball no edishemu. Now, for evidence sake, this is from last season. Let's talk about this season. Just how our screen is against WAC. The console from Has folks' perspective, they always defend our goalkeeper and then say they kind of say the danger zone. The as markings. Oh, baby, attaching any box red in your blocks and a white, a clearances. A Has folk in their last 10 games. And a general media going to data media a few video na yesheno so share blocks and clearances a CL has for box area meaning say there is no second chance for recovery so nipa na clear ball no general and clear ya you go ebi na wo screen so usually omo goalkeeper no box na anymore pair and has for a clear mo ball omo block or intercept that is caliber mankwa and at this point Suleiman Tari so area how with vision Caleb no oya one-on-one marking no look at the movement. Wakakujina attack and him. So at the time na born by no na Sule. Who said no, definitely born no bed drop it at the very dangerous area and no quickly or intercept here and a body free. So has folk try to defend so deep. Instead usually low block outside the box and they'll be defending them. Now it's really costing them because when defending a box in my general, they really commit a lot of fouls. One of the best penalties and boy, I share Atasano. Ata had no idea absolutely, but be other bonifa. So defending deep has always been costing has folk. You've seen that of dreams. That is from Kotoko's side. Another one so and who was screen against team of friends at Techima 11 wonders. So defending within the box, general and hard as much as with me but on the other side of the flip, has folk continue to make a lot of errors. Now monitor that Abuaten guy on the caliber beam the air corner. The ball is yet to be circulated outside wide, but ball no bebano caliber savage and then the attack Abuaten agent. This is how has folk have been defending all along, and way. How defend or more attitude, how they've been oriented to defend just in front of the goalkeeper, and the second ball they don't deal with it. So this is the attitude. Now let's talk about certain issues BL has for team in regards to communication. It's very, very important in terms of defensive metrics. So no backline communication in terms of general always and always that causes a lot of issues. So against Dreams it cost 1. Last season, the who was screened against Accra Grey Olympics. Now, more last time is in that blue tower, showing the movement and the awareness and then the concentration. leaving the defender, Titi defending general. Say 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, centre back, and social goalkeeper. But don't expose him. When a striker and echo, anytime beyond you are supposed to shield, be in between the goalkeeper and the striker. But as for defenders in general, as and when, no much more. So within the back line, this is against King Faisal. Look at the defenders, so the striker, so only goalkeeper and deal direct. Meanwhile, the striker stood in the midst of two defenders. But defenders in action, nobody shielded the goalkeeper. That is so bad. Now against quality sides, they can always be punishing you. So you've been seeing it against different goalkeepers. Say Atao, say Richmond Ayo has for defensive backline and communication behind him. Now that's more Alasan or striker being the James, someone who wants to communicate to Richmond Ayi. Now the ball was sent back. Analyze something. More last attention you now baby a ball one so without any awareness at the zero, concentration at the zero. So their striker bypassed him and a course of penalty. So you've seen how many times has folk within the box committed error over error. One, due to communication. Two, due to baby a general must also a defender. Now let's talk about high balls. Boy, you flow to a box against whack and a being it a build up, Jambrani and I negotiate a call and chain or be rap boxing just as screen so that guy really moved inside the box, connected. See that from last season general. Now me about this season the near man come on super pepe. So from corners, from free kicks, from instincts, from floated balls, has folk and clear ball, no first one, no. They don't deal with the ball. It's either the goalkeeper or it's a goal, a half chance for the opposition. And we are not talking about quality oppositions or a league way more. As compared to teams that are more African. Now, 3 defenders in a general, but none of them is active in the awareness anybody. There's only one striker, only general 3 in the channel. He connected this ball beautifully against different goalkeepers. Atao, Ayo, they've been always conceding like that. Yenya cross ball never area Hong Kong there. Has a folk general are bound to concede from that angle. Why should it happen? And Coach Boadu expressing displeasure against King Faisal. Now talk about those 2 defenders. I want to striker and champion. They don't react. Reaction is supposed to contrast with second balls. So the reaction doesn't exist. Ayi had to rise up, no about club against different oppositions. They always found wanting. They keep struggling to deal with first, second balls within the box. And first is a defending champion, League in a team that went to Africa. King Faisal game, Now let's talk about the high line and then the counter-attacking situations. So how so folk enya offensive third general. Na okwa kwhye no anya ansha. Ball ne tefa so and one go. Yenche ball ne center. Has to show be in 10 overs, technically, we lose ball. No. Howard Odini shape. There's no structure that caters for the ball. We are fighting for 2 things on the pitch: the ball and the spaces. Jose Mourinho and Simeone said, we will fight for the spaces, keep the ball. But Pep Guardiola, any certain Ten Hag say, general, we love the ball. So we either defend by keeping possession. What is the main strategy of Coach Boadu? Low block, the mid block, the high line on who was screen. The 2 fullbacks are absent. So their spaces have been occupied by Wafa. And that is how the goals have been created. So one who long balls, one who how we defend within the box, one who communication, that is counter-attacking situations. When Hasselhoff loses the ball in the final third, how to keep the opposition nullified. Even sometimes when the crab ball no more ball, show be to say the one screen. They lose the ball. Now nobody should tell me here. So Hasselhoff can lose about 5-6 players. R2 on any bonus so 7 players behind the ball. So 2 teams in here lose 2 players, but yet they concede from such situations. Compare R2 to teams in a one off. Compare R2 to Sundowns. So the quality level is very vague. But general, the magnitude with her Hasselhoff concede from different angles. And I've told you it is 4+1. Last season it was 4. This season 5 different routes and I'll be Rahas boxing. And these are the been evidently systematic error. Ball no more to throw, has to throw, nothing ball. And after ball no quickly has to concede from halfway. That 2 defenders now who they have no absolute right of recovering this ball. And whenever you want to play with a high line of defense, meaning say, well, last defender no about to do halfway. But how do you recover ball? Where is the goalkeeper? The goalkeeper is waiting. And that is our nose goal. That is against Atta. Now, quickly after this goal, let's watch another one against Olympics and think about the differences between the 2 goals. The same thing who against Ashgold, the same thing who against Olympics. Coach Boadu and then the technical team. These have been the situations that we concede. It is 2 for 2. Very, very wrong. 2 for 2. And that is it. So by Konatama, the system doesn't cater for this. There are so many weaknesses. Africa. And then everything you are watching here is Moalasa included. So Moalasa and free. Whoever has to adopt and adapt to the hospital setup should be here and early. Now the last one, I said, Joe, major on the reactions. House of Folk, second ball, they don't react. Look at that free kick. And once a ball equal, say you're shooting a house of folk back clear ball in the free area. It is never their business. Now, shall they who was screen the same way that became United, so you shoot 2 ball from outside the box. Ball, second one, somebody has to take that second ball away. Nobody will respond to that. That is House of Folk. They considered the same similar pattern from Team from Bicham United, El Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Even with that, they had possession in the final third through Ben York. Now Ben York lost possession 80 meters to their goal line. That 80-meter distance, nobody recovered. And Augustine Okra, after the first shot, having that first superb touch, a ball shot in the way now, ball soon ran a ball in the drop here. And now this is Bicham attack. Emmanuel Avonyo, keep striker, very good boy. Not connected ball with the Shimono. They've always been conceding easily and cheaply. Last season it was 4. This season it is 4+1.
Infansia, Marijata. Aye. I'm the say Drew baby that coach Samuel Boadu no or express the anger.
Yes.
Or touchline. I know Chile say the marine na the Ochre boys no and I'm comfortable some go away. So them sir.
Yeah, meaning power.
Yeah. And the coaches they do baby aya munya yi kakra ma omo.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Boadu over ka. Who coach me no touchline nan to kwa on team ne kono. Because they all catch it on no more fault.
True.
So I'm saying it is
Ebu also no rehearse here. Camera na nim no ye did chire. Ebu also sa on rehearse here. Camera na nim no way action chire.
Bisu no I rehearse.
Sure.
But all the come match no. Na boys ni.
True.
Let's be o ma so dey pa.
Yeah.
Asamo say for metranka. Say coaches no mbeka kan ewura pitch ni so a. The no are they different from the coaches in Kachare.
True.
Asamo go for metranka. Yeah.
You go now here far home you know.
Do be a technical team ni coach. Do be a and not that easy.
You know, I say players no more winning so the coaches.
Yeah.
Born.
But the one almost 7 days. Almost winning say coach.
Yes, but born there from Mohamed Alassane, the other defender. You know, we this new coaching crowd. Minutes one was born and new. Players yes,
no problem coach.
No.
You see, sometimes in a classroom, we train crana day, quadratic equations, and it's solving. On may no my next day, class test.
No, cannot tell what
sometimes they teach.
So
players need to
do technical team. I have to book a crowd. Be
a system. They all can be a system.
There are other factors. I am not at this idea. You have fatigue. Player no him so close player, but make us say wabre.
Okay.
Into the chair and saying can sana be a bebo bona corner. To America ko jira no so me pass ball no kra man no.
That is also true.
Wabrentino.
Yes.
Want to me anko. It's not about coach na njira.
Okay. In the factors no other doors.
Yes, kitwa be say Franco can fatigue me so. When you say has Aqua Africa no, none of their games and mutimi born conditionally after 75 minutes. You are the kind of physicality index. Say came mutimi born 90 minutes, but who do mutimi 70 minutes? House of folk 75 minutes are near do diminishing returns. That's some more drop it back. 50 minutes I can. 50 minutes I can.
Yeah, yes, so I'm to run in 90 minutes.
Almost has someone you know, I met one has technical member back just last week. Or see after the game, almost players need be near on penny football for players. It's Casa no more, or much or one day. Inti ya je brain mun na ni we control met for. Omo do betum ni ka bo be funu.
Hi,